Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Who is not aware of the effects coronavirus has caused? Coronavirus is a deadly virus that spreads from human to human contact at direct mean and through touching the contaminated surfaces at indirect mean. To restrict the virus, it is important to avoid social gathering as the symptoms appear after 14 days. Until then, thousands of people get infected. For this reason, where social distancing is promoted, Hajj, which is one of the biggest gatherings of people worldwide, is also at the stake of suspension. Is this the first time Hajj will be suspended? When the people saw the empty mataf, they speculated the possibility of ever tawaf of Allah's house stopped in the history of Islam. So to clarify, as historian, it is certainly not the first time Hajj will be stopped. Hajj has been cancelled 40 times in the world history due to plagues, political fights and battles. So before starting, like this video, subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up and click the bell icon. The conflict between Ismail bin Yusuf and Abbasid Caliphate of Baghdad executed a serious attack on Mountain Arafat looking onto Mecca in 865 AD. This incident caused the killing of thousands of pilgrims who were present there. In the year 930 AD, the cancellation took place when the Karamatian attack happened. Historians claim that Abu Tahir's army murdered 30,000 pilgrims present in Mecca. The dead bodies were dumped in the Zamzam well. The Grand Mosque was looted and the black stone was stolen from the Kaaba and taken back to Bahrain. Hajj was suspended for a decade and pilgrimage restored only when the black stone was finally returned to the Kaaba. Beginning in 983 AD, deep-seated political disputes between the ruling powers of the Abbasid Caliphate in Iraq and Syria and the Fatimid Caliphate in Egypt stopped Muslims from traveling to Mecca for the pilgrimage of Hajj. The power fighting between the two opposing Muslim empires saw Hajj suspended for 8 years. In 1831, Hajj was forced to be suspended after a horrifying plague from India swept through Mecca, brought from the very pilgrims who had traveled to perform Hajj. Reportedly, 75% of the pilgrims in Mecca died from the swift plague, forcing the entire pilgrimage to be suspended in order to help contain and stop the spread of the disease. A deadly plague back in 967 AD strikes Mecca that has killed thousands of animals and people, also led to cancellation of Hajj. Corresponding to 428 after Hijri, no pilgrims from Iraq and from Egypt and others went to Hajj. Corresponding to 650 after Hijri, the people of Baghdad returned to Hajj after an expectation of 10 years, following the death of the victorious Caliph. Corresponding to 655 after Hijri, none of the people of the Mecca performed pilgrimage, nor did the banners of the kings be taken to anyone in Mecca. About 8,000 people died in the country of Mecca due to the plague resulting in suspension of Hajj. During 1837 to 1892, infection killed hundreds of pilgrims on a daily basis, causing suspension of Hajj such as in 1837 AD, pilgrims faced several epidemic outbreaks halting Hajj. In 1846 AD, cholera outbreaks was recorded for several years until 1850 and returned back in 1865 and 1883 AD. In 1858 AD, a severe pandemic caused pilgrims to escape from Mecca to Egypt. In 1864, thousands of pilgrims died every day due to a serious epidemic. In 1871 AD, Medina struck an epidemic that forced Egypt to send doctors and build quarantine in Mecca on the road from Mecca to Medina. In 1892 AD, the cholera outbreak coincided with Hajj, resulting in accumulation of dead bodies, which became impossible to bury. In 1895 AD, a pandemic of typhoid or dysentery fever spread from a convoy that came from Medina and continued to a weak degree with Arafat and didn't spread later and ended in Mina. In 1987 AD, highly infectious meningitis outbreaks resulted in 10,000 infected patients.